If there's one thing that I think a lot of people can agree on, it's that we should keep politics and entertainment separate. In these highly volatile times that we currently find ourselves in, I think more people are looking for an escape from the real world than they are stories that are a reflection of it. Now, of course, there are clever ways to incorporate certain political and social messaging in a movie that doesn't insult one side or the other. But modern creators have proven themselves to be incapable of doing that as of late, especially when it comes to delivering such messages in a way that is both satisfying and digestible. And this is a major reason why a lot of people have lost faith in Hollywood and turned to other forms of entertainment like YouTube. So the question is, can that faith be restored? Is it possible for Hollywood to win back those audiences that they turned away? I'm skeptical, and I don't know if the news I'm reporting on today is going to help or hurt that case, because it's all going to depend on the intentions behind it. Let's discuss.
I watch so you don't have to.
All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
So just last week, I happened to be listening to the Joe Rogan Mel Gibson interview, and not only did it inspire me to potentially start my own podcast, because I do love having conversations with people, but also some of the things that Mel Gibson was talking about as it pertains to entertainment got me thinking about how Hollywood has kind of lost sight of what's important. What we have in Mel Gibson, regardless of how you feel about him as a person, is someone who understands the importance of quality storytelling and who takes his craft very seriously. Mel Gibson is the type of person as a director who only tells the stories that he has a genuine interest in.
You think I'm crazy? Yeah. Are you calling me crazy? You think I'm crazy? Yeah.
He is not, as Tarantino eloquently described it years ago, a hired hand. That being someone who's going to stumble their way through an emotionless and shallow studio film just for a paycheck. He is an artist, and in this interview he talks about how he has to get himself mentally prepared to be able to give a project the appropriate amount of energy it deserves. He also talks about the difficulties of navigating through studio resistance. Because we all know what the studio wants and what a true creator wants are often two very different things. But he is the type of guy, based on the things that he is saying, who will stick to his guns and make sure that his vision is brought to life in the right way. And to me, that is what the industry is missing, and that is what great filmmaking is all about. These are the type of creators that we need to step up if we are going to save Hollywood.
You want to get out of here? You talk to me.
And if you are one of those people who want to get all in your feelings and butthurt and talk about how movies should be fun, well, Mel Gibson addressed that too. He believes that there is room for more philosophical and intellectual storytelling, as well as the crowd pleasers, as do I. But the point is that he puts the same amount of care into both types of projects. Now, obviously, movies like The Passion of the Christ or Apocalypto require a bit more planning and a bit more attention to detail than something like Flight Risk would. But at the end of the day, a good storyteller is a good storyteller. And if you look at directors like Quentin Tarantino or Martin Scorsese or Christopher Nolan, people who have dipped their toes into many different genres, but yet they still bring the same level of quality each and every time out for every single project.
It's beautiful!
And Mel Gibson is the same type of director, and that's why, for better or worse, whenever a Mel Gibson project is about to come out, I'm going to watch it, and most likely I'm going to get something out of it. You see, passion is not something that you can fake. Passion is not something that you can manufacture. And when you watch a lot of modern movies, you can see a very clear lack of passion jumping off of the screen. And that, my friends, is one of, if not the biggest problem that plagues Hollywood right now. The passion, the general love of storytelling just isn't there right now. And that leads to a severe lack of innovation. And that is exactly how we end up with a lot of the forgettable or downright awful movies that we typically get. The film industry is a business. It always has been. We understand that. But that does not mean that we need to sacrifice artistic integrity just to turn a profit. What we need are filmmakers and studios to commit to telling stories the right way again, and we also need audiences to embrace those efforts because this is a two-way street. But once again, that trust between those two parties needs to be rebuilt in order for that to happen.
My luck's changing for the better every day.
Now, if it were me, I could see turning to someone like Mel Gibson if I was trying to get to the root of the problem in Hollywood. Because he has already proven as a creator that he understands what makes movies work. And also, Mel Gibson has made a lot of mistakes. Mistakes that he owns up to. But anytime a creator is pushed out of the limelight and has to claw their way back in, to me that once again says something about the passion he has for what he does. Do you honestly think that Mel Gibson needs to make movies anymore? Do you think he needs the money?
I'm sorry, I can't afford that, not on my salary.
No, he does it because he loves to do it. And that, my friends, is the difference between Mel Gibson as a director and a lot of other modern filmmakers. Now, as far as Donald Trump appointing Mel Gibson, Sylvester Stallone, and Jon Voight as his special envoys or ambassadors to Hollywood, I have to be honest, I have no f***ing idea what that even means, what the job entails, or if it's even an official position. It apparently has something to do with the efforts to restore Hollywood to its former glory, both financially and creatively. Now, it's difficult for me to advocate for such a concept when I just got done saying that I think politics and entertainment should remain separate. But best case scenario, what we have coming out of this is 3 very talented actors and directors who could potentially influence the way that Hollywood operates moving forward. Now, this not being an official role, obviously there's going to be resistance from studios.
Down the hall and to the left.
Thanks.
But here's my hope. I hope for the removal of politics of any kind, whether it be right, left, up, or down, from our entertainment, because it's just not what we need right now. I'm hoping this will inspire a greater emphasis on escapism and telling more original stories. And here's the thing, you don't have to agree with everything that these men do or say, and you don't even have to like them personally. But the reality is that they are all very good at what they do on a professional level. And if there's one thing that I think Hollywood desperately needs right now, it's people that know what they are doing in positions of influence. And I think these 3 men would qualify. As I've said many times before, I don't give a f*** where good movies come from, as long as we are getting good movies. That's what I care about as a fan, that's what I care about as an audience member, and that's what I care about as a critic, and I'm willing to try just about anything to get us back there.
Y'all be cool. Right on.